a topic that both of you have hit hard on in your commercials and during this debate so far. We heard from a lot of people concerned about protecting coverage for those with pre-existing conditions. If the Affordable Care Act is repealed by the Supreme Court, what will you do to ensure Texans are provided affordable health care that covers pre-existing conditions? I want specifics here. What will you do to protect people with pre-existing conditions? Gina Ortiz-Jones, this question goes to you first.
Healthcare is so personal to me. It was healthcare that saved my mom's life when she was diagnosed with colon cancer. And I had just come back from my deployment, and I will never forget standing in her kitchen when she told me she was diagnosed with colon cancer. The fear that I could lose my mom, the fear that that could bankrupt us. And I want to make sure that everyone has access to the same quality care that my mom did, allowed her to beat cancer and be with us today. And again, this comes down to people having access to quality, affordable health care. That's why I support protecting and expanding the ACA and including a public option. My opponent wants to eliminate the ACA and its protections for people with pre-existing conditions. Coronavirus survivors, cancer survivors like my mom, folks with diabetes, folks with asthma. And it's so unfortunate that during a pandemic, my opponent supports that lawsuit that would take away health care during a pandemic. It shows you that he will do anything if he thinks it'll help him get to Congress.
Time's up. Mr. Gonzalez, the same question to you. If the Affordable Care Act is repealed by the Supreme Court, what will you do to ensure Texans are provided affordable health care that covers pre-existing conditions? Be specific about what your plan is.
Absolutely. So, I keep hearing this from my opponent, and there's a term in Spanish, sinvergüenza, right? Without honor, without, stop with the lies. This is about this is about the people of District 23. To me, this is about increasing access. It's about improving the quality of care. And what will I do? I will ensure ACA is broken. As I've made my way around the district, I hear that time and time again, right, from rural hospitals, right? It is broken, right? She wants to take away private insurance for millions of people. That's wrong. I believe in increased funding for community health centers. I believe in ensuring private practices are protected from lawsuits. And at the end of the day, this is about Americans coming together and solving one of the most difficult problem sets in our country, healthcare.
Well, Steve, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I have not heard of a health plan that covers pre-existing conditions that's not the Affordable Care Act. I mean, do you support the Supreme Court overthrowing the Affordable Care Act?
I support the next version of the Affordable Care Act to have pre-existing conditions embedded in it. That is important. This is what we have. We have a broken Congress. We have the left and we have the right that all they want to do is fight. And oh, by the way, my opponent is funded by dark liberal groups that fund her, that will be a left-leaning organization that are going to take away our health care.
All right. Gina Ortiz-Jones, I'll give you ample time here to answer those charges.
Yeah, so Steve, you've been unfortunately unsuccessful, as have many other reporters, in asking him how he's going to protect the 300,000 people in Texas 23 that have at least one pre-existing condition. How are you going to do it? He doesn't have a plan. He can't answer that question. And let's never forget, Washington Republicans have been talking about a replacement for 10 years. 10 years, they have no plan. It's this same empty promise, well, we're going to do it, we're going to do it, we're going to do it. At the same time, they want to eliminate the one thing between insurance companies and people with pre-existing conditions. Without the ACA, insurance company, we go back to a time where insurance companies could deny you coverage, jack up your premiums just because you have a pre-existing condition. I'm on the side of working families. I know exactly why this is so important. And Tony Gonzalez continues to show that on the issue that is the most important to this district, to our country, he doesn't have a plan. He's focused on getting himself to Congress, and he'll take away your health care to do so.
Okay, Mr. Gonzalez, do you have a plan to protect pre-existing conditions? Is there a plan I don't know of that protects pre-existing conditions?
ACA is broken. right? Everyone agrees on that. Everyone agrees on that. My opponent is for a government-funded, government-mandated health care, which is going to strip away private insurance. That is wrong. My plan includes...
We're talking about pre-existing conditions.
Yes, my plan includes pre-existing conditions because I have one. Because men and women that have fought alongside me have pre-existing conditions. This is about taking care of people, not politics. I mean, over and over again, we see why our nation is broken. It's because people won't come together and solve our nation's problems.